North Twin Trail, North Twin, 4.3 miles. Good morning, Nichols.
It's an out and back. I'll grab that sign later.
I said good morning, Nichols.
Good morning, Sick. Morning,
It is.
Sick Eagle, weird.
It is what time?
Early. 5:30 on the dot.
5:30.
5:31.
Nice early start. Guess what? It's a river crossing. So we have an ambitious plan today. Good morning. We are Stick to Eagle and welcome to the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Today we are doing North Twin, but we're not stopping there.
No,
we're going
No, we're not.
We are going to go all the way to the Bonds. Make it a 19.7 mile day to hopefully get 4 new 4,000 footers and 5 total, because you include South Twin as well. So that's what makes for the early start. Let's go have fun out there. Let's keep on hiking upward. We have to go down there. If we get to go down here, Nichols on trail with his coffee, crossing the river.
I don't compromise my morning coffee.
So it is 5:57 right now, and according to Far Out, we are not on the purple line. We are slightly off trail. It's like, alright, how did that happen? Nichols thinks it's a little bit of a reroute, right?
Yeah, the trail looks kind of fresh here. So we're hoping it just kind of meets back up with the track that's on Far Out.
Yeah, usually Far Out's pretty good at tracking where we are, so.
But what time did you say it was?
5:58 now.
It's too early for that.
Lady slipper.
Pink lady slipper. There's Stick the Eagle.
Hi, Nichols.
Good morning, Stick.
Lovely morning.
Delayering.
It's time to take off
Going
layers.
uphill. Getting warm.
I took off a layer too. There's a yellow blaze right over there. And we have to cross this river here. See if it's a dry crossing. Planning. Welcome, Nichols.
Hey.
Welcome to the middle of the river.
Oh, thank you. My left shoe's wet.
We're almost out, just a little bit. This could be a bench or it could be a bridge. I think it's a bridge. Beautiful sunshine. It's a pretty morning. Isn't it a pretty morning, Nichols?
That's unfortunate. In fact, I have my hand and it's on camera. Oh man.
Ooh, look at that water. A few rocks, but the trail's been fairly gradual.
Trees are getting smaller.
One of the good things is that we're doing this climb early in the day before it warms up too much. It's just in the 50s outside, so not too warm, but it does get warm when you're climbing mountains like this. About 3,000 feet total of gain from the parking area to the top of North Twin at 4,700 feet and change. Why are you hiking down the hill, Nichols? Cool spot here.
Hey, Sec.
Why is Nichols stopping?
I bet I look like a real professional.
I found some nice rocks here.
I'm holding the little tripod still. Whoops, there's a tree right there. If you want to see these shenanigans, go head over to Stick the Eagle.
If you want to see this out of the camera, go head over to Nichols on Trail.
Yeah, I'll put a... Wait. I'm going to put a picture of Stick right now.
I think we're gonna go above tree line here. We're going above tree line here, Nichols.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, look at this. This is like, which way do we look, guys?
Yeah.
There's South Twin right there. That's my favorite mountain, South Twin. Zealand is gonna be over there. That way is gonna be Tom and the Wiley Range behind there, I believe. That's the presidentials right there. And right in front of us is Hale before the presidentials right there. How cool is that? So that is North Twin up there where we're headed just a little bit. South Twin and over to the Bonds.
Why is this being all weird?
Nichols is trying to use Peak Finder.
It's all zoomed in for some reason.
I think the round domed one is Kerrigan.
That's definitely Kerrigan. The Kerrigan is a very broad mountain, and it's centrally located in the Whites. So it's very visible from a lot of different places. Okay, that's Passaconaway.
Which one's Passaconaway?
The far out one?
The pointy one.
The pointy one.
And then Zealand's the closer one.
No, Zealand's gonna be... Man, that's such a short one anyway. It's visible.
A nice view from the ledges of North Twin. Now it's summit time. Got to see Mount Cardigan too, which we still have to summit. Or Carrigan? It's Carrigan, not Cardigan.
Both are visible.
Both are visible, but Carrigan.
Very broad, dome-shaped mountain.
Carrigan has that fire tower on top, which we've been saving for our last 48-footer. There's some fir trees here.
4.3 miles. We got the summit that way, Stick. Let's go tag it.
Are you sure this is the summit? North Twin Trail. There's a rock pile here. Is this higher? This is where we have to find the highest point on the mountain. Is this it?
This looks to be
the high point?
Ready?
Boom.
Bagged.
4,000 footer, North Twin, number 42.
Number 32.
32 for Nichols. Oh man.
My goodness.
Take a look at this view. Penconia Ridge in all its glory. South Twin. Like maybe tri-pyramids over there. But that's definitely Flume, Liberty, Little Haystack, Lincoln, Lafayette, Garfield, and Galehead.
And Galehead Hut.
And Galehead Hut. Hi, Gazelle. Took us about 2.5 hours to get here to North Twin, but what a view to celebrate it. The short ones look like Galehead and Owl's Head. Owl's Head right there below Flume. And that trail between Garfield and Galehead was a really rough trail there. There's the AT.
Just on that one?
You have to get down there. Jump!
Open and then didn't just fall out of my pack there. There we go. Needed all 4 limbs to get down that one.
Yep. Got to descend to 200 feet in between the mountains. So pretty. Birds, moss, Nichols, everything about this place is beautiful. Beautiful plants here.
Indigo blazing.
Beautiful ferns.
Lavender blazing.
Blazes.
That ain't straight blue. There's some purple in there.
From North Twin at 47 and change. South Twin is 48 and change. We went down to 44. So we went down 300 to go up 400 to South Twin, and I think we are nearing our destination. Well, well, well. South Twin. We're back. Number 9, South Twin Mountain. Look at these panoramic views here. It's absolutely incredible. There's a reason why South Twin is my favorite 4,000 footer. Because you can look over to the presidentials over there. You can look over to Nichols drinking the Gatorade over here. You can look over to the Bonds and the Sandwich Wilderness out that way. And Mount Carrigan. And you can get gorgeous views of Franconia Ridge. And even, I think, Moosilauke over there. So, it's absolutely incredible views out here. We made it to South Twin about 9 o'clock. Going down there and out there to the Bonds and then back. Twinway AT Galehead Hut is 0.8 miles that way, southbound. But the Twinway AT is Bondcliff Trail is 2 miles that way. Zealand Falls Hut 6.2. It is only 4.3 to the farthest bond that we are going today, which is Bondcliff. Then we turn around and come back. It's 9 o'clock. We should be there before noon. Look at this. It's like a white thing. Ah! White blaze! White blaze. Good morning. We are Stick to Eagle and welcome to the Appalachian Trail. Today we are hiking northbound from South Twin Mountain to the Guyot Spur turnoff. Welcome to the Appalachian Trail, Nichols.
Thank you, Stick.
Welcome back home. White blaze. Hello, Appalachian Trail. This looks fun. This little stretch of the Appalachian Trail I hiked on day 115, the day before I stopped at Crawford Notch. Nichols was long in front of me by then with Frizzle, but this time we get to hike it together, which is beautiful, on our way to the Bonds. This is about where I saw that grouse too that wouldn't leave me alone. Just kept following me somewhere on these bridges and such. So on the Appalachian Trail going northbound, this is right after the descent from Lafayette and the very rugged Garfield. And then over to Galehead and up South Twin was kind of technical too. And then you reach this point, and I remember thinking how easy it was compared to dealing with Garfield. Just a nice break and can make much better time. And it's nice we have this section out to the Bonds. Look at this beautiful trail ahead of us as Nichols struggles to get his camera ready behind the scenes.
It's just taking me a minute.
By the way, today is Sunday. Happy Father's Day to Nichols' dad, if you're watching. And
He says hi, by the way.
he says hi, thank you.
I'll send him this video.
And everybody else
So,
out there,
hi, Dad.
if you're a father, happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day.
Such a pretty spot. Nichols is going back to fetch the camera. Nichols is back. How's it going, Nichols?
Well, look at this.
Okay. We're gonna keep walking.
Rum hopes.
And there is the beautiful view of South Twin and Garfield and Franconia Ridge. AT goes that way, up Zealand. We continue to go this way.
Bondcliff.
On the Bondcliff Trail.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful climb. We got South Twin and Franconia Ridge on one side, and Kerrigan and a whole bunch of other awesome peaks on the other side. Well, welcome to Mount Guyot. Guyot. Giola. Mount Guyot. Right here. How you doing, Professor Nichols?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
It's, I mean, the visibility today is awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually getting a little bit better.
Great, beautiful day here.
Days going on.
Great, beautiful Nichols. And beautiful views.
You might be running into a little bit of cloud cover here in a little bit.
There's Washington out there.
Maybe they're probably going to be cloud covered here shortly.
And then there's other mountains. Don't know. That's Kerrigan right there.
Yeah. I believe that's Passaconaway.
Passaconaway.
I think.
That's Mount Bond right there. We're going there. And that is West Bond right there.
Yeah, you can see Bondcliff too.
Bondcliff is behind.
And I believe that's Osceola's maybe.
Osceola's and Tri-Pyramids behind.
It's looking south. So
And then of course Flume, Liberty, Little Haystack, Lincoln, Lafayette, Garfield. It's just beautiful all around. So right here, according to Far Out, we're 4,570 feet.
Oh, no.
Nichols will still eat those. As I was saying, we're 4,570 feet, and Mount Bond over there is the tallest of all of them at 4,680 feet. You're on the Bondcliff Trail, only 0.7 to Mount Bond. This is the campsite.
It's flat right here.
How is it flat?
No idea.
We're gonna go up at some point. Lovely tent spot in there. Right by the campsite. Actually, over there too, there's one. Get all these tent spots in there. Entering the Pemigewasset Wilderness. Brand new sign. We found the spur to the West Bond here. Well, we're gonna do that at some point, so we might as well do it.
Let's do that.
That's the destination. West Bond. It's just after 11 and we're about to summit West Bond. You start early. Get it all the way from the North Twin Trailhead to here early enough. fun hiking with Nichols again too. There's Nichols up there. Let's see how we're gonna navigate this right here. Not too bad.
Wait, stay there.
Oh, I think we were just over there.
Point again.
Over there. There's the top. So that's obviously Garfield there. That's South Twin. And that is Bond. That is Mount Bond. And that is going to be our turnaround point, Z Cliff. No, not Z Cliff, Bondcliff. Right there. Kerrigan, I think. And then Osceola's. Tri-Pyramids, past the Conaway. Let's tag this peak with your finger. West Bond Mountain, number 43 of our 48 New Hampshire 4,000 footers. Nichols? He's at 33, a few behind. Beautiful views up here. This is what Nichols brings out into the wilderness.
Cinnamon Life cereal. I'll drop this one.
West Bond is beautiful. So long to West Bond. Beautiful views, but we have to get back over there to Main Bond. Then we've got to get down to Z Cliff to get that, or yeah, Bondcliff to tag that one. And then we've got to go all the way back over to South Twin and over to North Twin and down. Well, West Bond is done. Now we go up
to Bond proper.
To Bond proper. Lead the way.
It's just called Bond.
Got an alpine zone notice here. Mount Bond is over 4,600 feet tall. Mount Bond! Here is the tag. This looks like the highest point here. There's also a rock pile over here. It's just, I think the other one's higher. But I touched both of them. And we have summited Mount Bond. That is number 44. For 48 4,000 footers. Nichols, good job.
Thank you, sir.
Beautiful view. We have Bondcliff over there. Flume, Liberty, Franconia Ridge, Lincoln, Lafayette, Owl's Head with the long ridge line in the middle, which we did yesterday. And that is West Bond right there, the nearer one. Of course, Garfield. South Twin, Guyot. Over there is Jefferson and Washington. More mountains over there. Kerrigan right there. And the Sandwich Range. That's kind of cool how you can see the pathway up to Z Cliff, or Bondcliff. This has been the descent from Bond. All these like rocks, some of them are loose. West Bond over there, and we're going down to Z Cliffs. Bondcliff. That worked great. Oh, that worked so well. Can't tell if this is higher or that's higher. It's hard to tell.
Looks like it's probably this. Congratulations, Sick. Bondcliff.
Bondcliff. Number 45. Wow. So that's West Bond right there. And Bond. Still Garfield and Franconia Ridge. And Whiteface past the Conaway. Tri-Pyramids. In front of us here is Hancock. And that's Kerrigan. Absolutely beautiful, and Washington is right over there.
The summit of Bondcliff, Stick.
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations. Number 45.
And for you?
Probably 35.
35.
I think I'm 10 behind you at this point.
I'm walking over here just to be sure to tag it. There we go. And here's Nichols, enjoying his chips and salsa.
I don't compromise when it comes to town food.
So it's about 1 o'clock. It is 8.8 to Lincoln Woods from here, down that way, and 9.4 back to the North Twin parking area over a couple mountains. So we did have the side strip to West Bond, which we don't have to do on the way back. But that was a good 7 hours since we left. But we have plenty of daylight, so I'm not too worried about it. Hey, Nichols.
Hey.
Steep cliff here. We just got a picture taken. Put picture here. Insert picture. From over there. We return from whence we came. Bondcliffs were absolutely beautiful, weren't they, Nichols?
Yes. Highly recommend on a clear day.
Clear day, you can see all of these gorgeous views.
I think the only ranges we didn't really get a glimpse of was the Wildcats, Carter Mariahs, and Kinsman's.
Yeah, because the Kinsmans are hiding in the other side of Franconia Ridge. Gorgeous day. What a hike.
Bite me on that cheek
So we're
here.
back at the top of Mount Bond here. That was a wonderful hike, wasn't it, Nichols?
That was so much fun. We have the Bondcliff Ridge right behind us here.
Yeah, that was just beautiful.
That's something. You don't have to, if you're hiking from Lincoln Woods, you don't have to come all the way up to Bond. but do Bondcliff and go a little bit further because that's a really cool ridge.
Yeah. Really cool. Grateful to have that experience. I've never done that hike before, obviously. This is the first time getting up the Bondcliff, so thanks.
Similar to Franconia Ridge.
Yeah.
That sort of exposed, rocky, kind of lined with smaller rocks on the side.
Thanks for making this hike happen together. It was really fun.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
Stick, he had such a hard job trying to convince me to do this hike. He texted me and asked, do you want to hike 21 miles in the Whites? And I asked, what's the weather? I think he responded, good.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty good.
I'm sold.
Pretty good weather
That's all
today.
it takes.
So, we'll do another mountain. We'll plan a Kerrigan eventually.
Yeah. Probably a couple months here.
Yeah, to finish out together, so it'd be awesome. So, happy hiking.
Happy trails, Tick.
And always remember to
Embrace
the journey and happy
happy
trails. The AT goes over Guyot there. Washington is still visible out there. Isn't that awesome? Clouding up though. So we go in there, across there to South Twin and over the other side. Love you, white blazes. We're heading southbound. Starting to feel the wear and tear a little bit, going slow. This stretch feels a little long. Feet are hurting a little bit. These shoes do not have much life left in them. Just 3 more mountains though, and these shoes will have gotten me up all 48 4,000 footers. Then I can retire them. That's my plan. They'll have gotten me up Katahdin and the 48 4,000 footers. My knees aching a little bit too, so going slow. I think the wear and tear of doing so far 25 4,000 footers in the last 16 days is getting to me a little bit now. Just keep swimming, as Mark Trell would say. Honestly though, a 19.5 mile day out and back is a long day for the White Mountains, but we're doing it. Slow and steady wins the race. Up South Twin. If you set your mind to something, you can do anything. We are back at our favorite mountaintop. Whew. South Twin Mountain. It's right there. So long, white blazes. We'll see you soon, right? Well, there's no one up here, but it's still beautiful as ever. Wow, amazing. There's North Twin. North Twin, Hale, Washington Presidential's Wiley Range, Tom Field, Wiley, and more. There's the quarter-mile sign, woo woo! Twins Bonds Traverse was an epic day. Epic views. Absolutely amazing. So thrilled you watched at this point. Go tell me something amazing that you've done in the comments. See you next time. go.